Welcome back to another amazing week of workouts with us. We're so glad that you tuned in. My name is Lynn, and since I'm wearing green, I'm going to show you the beginner modifications to the exercise moves we're doing today. Natalie's wearing yellow, so she's going to show you the intermediate, and Drew is rocking red today, which means he's going to show you the advanced version of the exercise moves. And we have 5 moves that we're going to go through today. If you've been a member a while, you probably are familiar with these and the modifications. You can fast forward to the warm-up, but let's go ahead and get right into it. Natalie's going to help by showing both the green and yellow version, and Drew will show the red. The first move we're doing is a military press. Everyone's doing the exact same move. The only difference will be the weight you're going to use. You'll see that I grabbed a couple water bottles to use at a beginner level. You can use soup cans or light dumbbells, anything with weight that's at your level. What you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to squeeze your glutes. You're going to squeeze that core, have the weight up by your ears, and then you're going to go ahead and press that weight all the way up into the sky, and then bring it all the way back down. Up, make sure you have full extension, and all the way back down. Nice job. The next move we're doing are bent over rows. Just like the last movement, we're all doing the exact same thing. The only difference again is going to be the weight that you're using. Go ahead and have those feet close together this time with your knee slightly bent. You're going to go ahead and hinge at your back, keeping that back flat like you see Natalie and Drew doing here. And your weight is going to be hanging down straight in front of you with your palms facing towards each other. From this position, you're going to keep those elbows in tight as you raise that weight all the way up, squeezing your back at the top of that movement, and then extending it all the way down, just like you see them doing here at a little quicker pace. The next move we're doing are push-ups. Now, to green version, you're going to want to get a wall. By get, I mean go to a wall to do this. We're actually using a steady ladder that's secured in here. What you're going to do is you're going to place your hands straight out in front of you, about shoulder width apart. You're going to take a large step away from that wall. The further you are back, the harder this move's going to be, and the closer you are into the wall, the easier the movement. From here, you're going to raise up on those toes, and you're going to hinge at the elbows, bringing your face in close to the wall, and keeping that back flat, and then pushing back to full extension. And when you push back, you really feel those chest muscles engaged, just like you see Natalie doing here. At a yellow and red version, you're basically doing the exact same movement. The only difference is yellow is going to be on their knees and red's going to be on their feet. Your hands are a little over shoulder width apart, your back's flat, your butt's down. You're gonna go ahead and lower your chest all the way to the ground and then push all the way back up, pushing through those palms, squeezing your chest muscle as you extend back to the starting position. The next move we're doing are dips. Now, at a green version, you're actually going to do these on your mat. And what you're going to go ahead and do is sit back and then place your hands about 6 to 8 inches behind you with your fingers facing towards your butt, as you see Natalie doing here. You have them in pretty close, and you're going to keep your elbows in as you reverse down. You can see her feet are on the ground, and she's simply leaning back. And as you reverse down, keeping those elbows in, you'll start to feel your tricep muscle engaged, and then you'll push through your palms to extend back up. So that's how you're working your tricep muscle. It's a really small movement, but you should start to feel it, especially after a couple reps. Now, at a yellow and red version, you're going to actually want to get a chair, or if you have a ledge, anything that's going to be sturdy and that's elevated. And then you're going to slide your butt just right off of it. Red's going to add weight for more resistance in this movement. And then if you want to, also the further your feet are out, the harder this move's going to be. And then you're going to hinge at the elbow, and you're going to lower your body down and then extend all the way back up. The key here with all tricep movement is that you're keeping those elbows in tight. What we were saying last week when we were doing the tricep is imagine that soccer ball and you're holding it behind the elbow. So that's kind of a good visual to help you there. The last move we're doing is the hardest move in my opinion, and it's the tricep push-up. Now, to green version, you're going over to the wall, and it's very similar to a normal push-up. The only difference is you bring those hands in more narrow. You still come up, you still step away from the wall and come up on those toes. And then when you hinge at the elbow, you actually bring your forearms towards that object or the wall, and then you extend back out by pushing through your palms, okay? So the key here again is instead of bringing those elbows out, you're keeping them in tight, and that's how you're engaging the tricep muscle. Yellow and red are doing the exact same movement. The only difference is that, again, yellow is going to be on their knees. Again, their hands are in closer together. They're going to hinge, bring that chest to the ground again, keeping those elbows in tight. It's a hard movement. Keeping those elbows in tight, and then coming all the way back up.
These are really hard.
They're really hard.
So if you are struggling with them like I was right there, if you need to move your hands just slightly further out instead of having them close like this, you can make it a tiny bit easier. So they're not shoulder width apart, they're still closer in. And then you just really want to focus on using that tricep muscle.
Yeah, I usually actually keep them in right about at my chest level. And to make sure that I use my tricep muscle, I just keep them pinned like this. And then extend out just like this. So you're still doing that movement, working the tricep muscle. All right, you guys, those were the 5 movements we're doing. Hopefully you know based on those modifications who you want to follow. Natalie and I are going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up, and while we're doing that, make sure you follow along with us. We're going to start with some inchworms, and Drew's going to explain the structure of the workout.
All right, you guys, this is a timed workout, so it's you versus you. We're going as quickly as possible while maintaining good form here. And so here's how it's structured. We're doing 50 military presses, 40 bent over rows, 30 push-ups, 20 dips, 10 tricep push-ups. But we're not done there. Then we half all those reps and do the same movements. So we're doing 25 military press, 20 bent over rows, 15 push-ups, 15 dips, 5 tricep push-ups. So if you get lost, it'll be on the screen for you to follow along so you know the rep scheme to do throughout the workout. And like I said, quality over quantity. Yeah, you can bust through this maybe in 2 minutes with horrible form.
2 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You could
is
not
you
bust
probably,
this out in 2 minutes.
what I'm
even
saying
with
is you
horrible
could go really quick
50.
with horrible form and do it as quickly as possible. We'd rather see good, slow movements, and you know, it might take you a little bit longer. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get warmed up here, and we'll get started in just a few seconds.
All right, some self-hugs. We're almost ready. Make sure you have your weights nearby, and we're ready to get started. I'm going to grab my weight and get ready for those military presses in 3, 2, 1. Military press.
Squeeze those glutes.
Now remember, we're all going at our own pace. You might be going a little bit faster or slower than me. Don't get discouraged by following us on the screen. This is you versus you. We want you to challenge yourself, and you can break these up however you want. So for example, I did a set of 10, took my arms out, doing another set of 10. And if it's easier for you to keep track, you could always go ahead and push pause and grab a pen and paper real quick and mark where you're at if that's a little bit easier, or just count your reps out loud.
Yep.
You should have a weight that's hard enough that by the time you get to 25, your arms are really tired.
Make sure to come to full lockout on these moves right here. Almost there, Team Red.
Try not to swing your body.
You guys, sometimes even just doing the movement without the weight can be challenging, especially at a beginner level.
Man, that was
so I'm
hard.
shaking out my arms every 10 reps, but if you're really struggling and you need to, you can go ahead and put the weight down and just do the movement with your arms. Nice job.
Keep a nice tight core here on the bent over rows.
Good job. Shake out those arms if you need to. Don't get discouraged where you're at. As you can see, I'm well behind Natalie and Drew, and that's okay. You might be ahead of us. You might be behind us. Just challenge yourself. Make every rep count. Good form. Nice job.
Push-ups. This is where I'll probably fall behind. On those bent over rows, make sure that your elbows are close in to your body.
Here we go.
It's important when you're doing these bent over rows that you really engage your core. Don't hunch over that back. That's where you really could start to have some back pain, especially as you're lifting up a heavy weight. So make sure that core is tight, that back is flat. If you're on bent over rows like I am. Again, I'm still breaking up mine in sets of 10 and then shaking out my arms and going back down. You don't have to break it up if you don't want to, or you might want to break them up in sets of 5. Do what's best for you so it's challenging.
You want to make sure that you're not snaking up off the ground when you do these push-ups. So if you're going like this, that doesn't count. You got to redo it.
Nice job, you guys. Really, this is a hard workout, as hard as you make it. So if you're not winded by now, if you don't feel fatigued by doing these reps, then you're definitely not doing a heavy enough weight or going fast enough or doing a hard enough level. So make sure that you pick a harder level at this point if you don't find this challenging.
It's challenging.
Nice
Let's
job.
go, Team Red.
I'm headed over to my 30 push-ups.
Drew got 30 push-ups in the same amount of time I got 10. That's all right. We're all at different paces.
Don't compare yourself, Natalie.
No, I know. I'm just saying, for example, if you were doing red, don't feel bad if Drew blew you out of the water.
Man, that's gonna. Here we go.
Now remember, at a green version, if you're on push-ups like I am, the closer you are to the wall, the easier this movement's going to be, and then the further you are away leaning in, the harder it's going to be because you have more weight that you're pushing back up. So make this challenging for yourself. You can break this up however you need to. You can break it up in sets of 5 or sets of 10. I did 10 and now I did 5. I'm still shaking it out, really trying to challenge myself. But I want to keep a good pace, keep that heart rate elevated.
Good job, you guys.
So I'm just breaking these into sets of 5, shaking my arms out.
All right, set number 2 now. Here we go. We're only about 4 minutes in to this workout.
Make sure you're keeping that back flat and that butt down as you do those push-ups, you guys. Focus on good form. We talked about this at the beginning of the workout. It's better to go slower and have good form than it is to speed through this. You're not going to see full benefit of this workout if you do improper form. Ooh, that was tough. Nice job, you guys. No matter where you're at, just keep moving. Keep challenging yourself.
Oh, man, that's hard.
I'm going to show this at a side just for the green. It's going to be a little bit easier if you forgot. You have those fingers facing towards you, hinging at the elbow, pushing up through the palms. Again, go at your own level and pace. You can break this up however you need to. Tricep is a small muscle group, so these are tough. I'm doing them in 2 sets of 10 still, but if you need to break them up more than that, that's okay.
Dang.
Oh, man.
This is hard.
Here we go. Here we go.
Your arms should feel like tight rubber bands right now. Okay, tricep push-ups. I may even break these into 2 or 3 at a time. We'll see.
Nice job. Remember, the difference with those tricep push-ups is that we're bringing our hands in a bit closer. And if you're green, you're bringing those forearms down to the wall, keeping those elbows in close as you extend back up. Break these up however you need. I'm going to go ahead and try to do 2 sets of 5. Nice job. Shake those out.
Dang, those are really hard for me.
Man, these push-ups are killing me. Here we go. We're almost there, you guys.
5 minutes
Almost
in.
6 minutes in.
This is a tough workout. Shake out those arms.
Here we go.
It's a tough upper body. All right, if you're following me and at my same pace, I'm going into the next round, which is 25 military press. I'm going to break these up in sets of 5 because my upper body is pretty fatigued at this point. You can break them up however you need to.
Almost there,
Shaking
Team
them
Red.
out after 5 reps.
Let's go, Team Red. Let's finish strong here.
Remember, if you're on military press like Natalie and I, keep that core engaged, squeeze those glutes. It's going to help you keep good form throughout this movement.
If your shoulders hurt, stop for a second, stretch them out, and go right back into it.
Yep, breaking them up, however many sets as you need. I'm doing sets of 5, almost done. Have 1 more set of 5. Here we go.
Ooh, man, that was a good little burn, you guys.
Good
Like
job.
I said, if you're already done, then that's great, you guys. Record your time, what level you did in the notes below. And fast forward if you want to the cool down, and just join us for the cool down part. If you're behind us, that's totally fine too. Remember, it's just you versus you. You do the best you can. And this is a great one to write down, you guys, or screenshot, and then share it with your friends, or revisit this one in a month from now. Do Dollar Workout Club straight for a month. Come back to this workout and see if you improved your time on this, and see if you even improved a level. So let's say you did yellow push-ups one time, the next time you do red. You know, always find new ways to challenge yourself. There's a lot of different ways to measure progress other than the scale. That's not the only way to measure progress, you guys. That's not even the best way to measure progress. I'd rather see someone get faster and stronger during the workouts instead of, you know, just lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So.
Such good advice.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
absolutely.
See, we're civil
love
here at
seeing
Dollar
you
Workout
guys.
Club.
Let's see you guys
We're civilized.
increase your strength and
Let's go.
endurance.
Yeah.
And
Did
really
you say-
gain that confidence in yourself
Did you
as
say
you
we're
get better.
still in love here at Dollar Workout Club?
Said we're civil.
Oh, civil.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, that was
She
hilarious.
just crossed the line. Now they just crossed the
That's what I
line.
thought I heard you say, so that's why I was laughing down here.
Said we're still civil.
Break these up however you need to, you guys. I'm on
Get it,
10
get it,
dips.
get it, get
If
it.
you're behind me, that's okay.
Finish, finish.
You know, challenge yourself. Go at your own pace.
Almost there, almost there.
All right, I have 5 tricep push-ups and then I'm done. Break these up however you need to though, you guys, okay? This is a very tough workout. Really challenge yourself. Keep that back flat, that butt down. Good form throughout.
Nice job, you guys.
Nice job, guys.
Oh, great job.
We're coming
If
up
you're
on.
still working out at home, keep moving, keep going.
Yep, coming up to
Cheer
9
Natalie
minutes.
on if you're done, or you can go ahead and fast forward to the cool down if you've been done for a little while. If you're gonna wait around though, kind of keep moving. Don't just plop on down, okay? Move those arms, shake it out a little bit. We're almost to the end. Even if you're only halfway through, you guys, you might have picked red and you might only be able to have done 1 push-up at a time, but you really wanted to challenge yourself today. And if you decided to do that, kudos to you. Integrity is really how you act and what you do when no one else is around, okay? So it's not about beating us or getting this workout done in 6 minutes. You know, if this workout took you 20 minutes, but you really challenged yourself, you're the real winner, you know?
Yep. Quality
nice job,
form.
you guys. Good form, as you can see. No matter how she has to break it up, Natalie's keeping good form throughout, keeping that back flat, that butt down. Nice job, you guys.
Dang.
Woo-hoo!
Did it.
Really hard.
Really tough. Good job, you guys. Now, if you're still going at home, again, have integrity to yourself. Push pause and finish this workout no matter how long it takes. And then go ahead and unpause it, and we're going to get into this cool down stretching. All right, we're going to do a chest stretch. Actually, let's go ahead and do our shoulder stretch since we're standing up, and same for tricep, and then we'll get down to the mat. So shoulder stretch, go ahead and bring that arm straight across your body. With your other arm, you're going to go ahead and pull it in close. The closer you pull it in and the tighter you do, you should feel a good stretch right here throughout your shoulder. Hold it tight and hold it there for just a few seconds. Like Drew said, this is a great workout to track your time and write it somewhere. You can write it in the comments below and then refer back to it, of course, but write it in a notepad for yourself. And you could do this workout again in a few weeks and engage and see how you've improved. Make sure you switch arms like we just did. Nice job. Go ahead and shake it out. We're going to do our tricep. Go ahead and reach up above, bending at the elbow. And think about walking that hand down the middle of your back while you use your other arm to pull that elbow down. You should feel a nice pinch throughout your tricep as you do this. Really inch those fingers a little further down if you can. And then slowly release it, letting that blood flow back in. Shake it out, other side. Palm on your back, inching those fingers down as you pull that elbow down. Nice job. All right, the blood flow back in. Shake out those arms for a second. We're going to come down for a chest stretch. You can go ahead and lay flat on the ground. And then extend your arm out directly to the side of you, just like you're making a T. With one arm, go ahead and bend it at the elbow, placing the palm into the mat. And as you rotate, looking towards the elbow that's up right now, you're gonna keep that other arm planted on the ground, that other chest planted on, and rotate away. You should feel a really good stretch in your chest muscle. You're gonna really have to work in order to feel the stretch, you guys. You know, you can't just lay here. That's not going to do anything. You really need to push and rotate away. And that's when you're going to feel that good stretch. Slowly roll out of that. Doing the other side, extending the arm, bringing that other elbow up, rotating away. Breathe into that stretch. Try to push it a little bit further. All right, and release that. We're gonna come into my favorite, my child's pose. What you're gonna go ahead and do is bring those knees out wide, bring your feet in close together, and then sit back on those heels while you extend your arms straight out in front of you. Think of digging the tops of your hands into that mat as you go ahead and sit back and lean back. As you do, you should actually feel a really good stretch through those lat muscles, through the back muscles. And just hold it here. The more you press into those hands as you lean back, you should feel more of a stretch in your back and lat. All right, slowly come up from that, you guys. Nice job. You guys did a great job today. That was a quick but intense and effective upper body workout. We hope you stick around for the recipe and motivation video we have for you coming up, and we will see you guys tomorrow for another great workout.
See ya.
Hey guys, we're here in the Dollar Workout Club kitchen showing you some of our favorite healthy snacks. So we got a lot of feedback from you guys saying that you love the recipes and the meals, but you wanted some more healthy snacks. So we're doing a whole series showing you some of our favorite snacks that we actually use and love and make ourselves. So this is just a really quick thing that I throw together a lot of times, and I'll eat it in the car because it's so fast. It is also something that is just really easy. So I just buy these individual packets of tuna. You certainly can do a can of tuna. These are just a little bit more convenient. I got this at Walmart. It was less than $1, I think 90 cents. And then what I do is measure out 2 tablespoons of guacamole. Now it's really important to measure out guacamole because it's really, if I were to just take my fork and eyeball it, I always over eyeball. So if that's even a term. So what I do now is I always measure out things like guacamole, hummus, any of those healthy fats, because otherwise I overeat. So take 1 tablespoon. Now you want to make sure that you're not doing a tablespoon like this, that you're evening it out, right? Because look, that was almost 2 tablespoons. That's as much as I scraped off the top, right? And then I just mix it just to save myself some dishes. I just pour it right in my packet here. Scoop it off a little bit. And then I'll do a 2nd tablespoon. Again, scrape it off the top. And pour that right in. Now you certainly at this point could add anything else, any other flavors. You could do salt, pepper, garlic powder, sriracha, you know that's my favorite and I put it on everything. Truly at this point you could do whatever you wanted. And then I just take my fork and I mix it up inside the packet so I don't have to do more dishes, and just mix it up really well in there. Now the reason I like to add guacamole is for a few reasons. 1, it adds moisture to the tuna fish, so it's not just plain dry tuna fish. 2, it adds some healthy fats, and avocados are really good for hormone balance, for your hair, skin, and nails, and for regulating your metabolism. Now when you purchase these tuna packets, when I went to the grocery store today, there were all different flavors of tuna, right? They have barbecue tuna, buffalo wing tuna, all different kinds of flavors, and those are fine, but you want to make sure that you read the ingredient list and make sure that there's not a lot of weird ingredients that maybe you don't understand. A lot of times they might add MSG, which I personally try to stay away from. And you can either eat this plain if you want just a really quick low carb snack, or what I like to do is buy any of these flatbreads. So the brand doesn't matter, this is just the one that I grabbed. They're usually about 100 calories, high in fiber, and this is a rosemary flavor, so it tastes really good. And then what I do is I just pour the tuna fish onto this piece of flatbread. These flatbreads are also really good for making like individual size pepperoni pizzas with turkey pepperoni and string cheese. I really like these flatbreads. Just get that all on there, fold it in half. Usually what I'll do is I'll grab a paper towel, and this is what I'm eating in the car while I'm running to kindergarten drop off. I hope you guys like this healthy snack series. If you have any specific questions, leave it in the comments below. Hey guys, I'm going to talk about something that might be a little bit of a sensitive topic, but we get asked all the time on our thoughts on various protein powders that are sold by multi-level companies or direct sales companies. I'm not going to give any specific names, but there's quite a few companies out there where you can sign up to be a distributor, and then those distributors sell protein powder. And here's the thing, right? Protein powder isn't required to lose weight. It just makes getting your protein requirements in for the day a little bit easier. And so the issue that I don't have an issue with people trying to make money or direct sales in general. I mean, I used to be involved in a direct sales program or a company, and it was a good experience.
But what I don't like is when sometimes the marketing is targeted to make you feel like you have to have protein powder to lose weight, right? Like it's a weight loss shake and you have to have that to lose weight. And then the other thing that I would suggest is that you just be an educated consumer. So make sure that you turn your label over on the other side, read the ingredient list, read the macronutrient profile. What I always try to look for is something that's fairly low in sugar, moderate protein intake, and then just has ingredients that I can pronounce, that I can understand. You know, sometimes you'll flip that label over and the ingredient list for protein powders is, 40 ingredients long. And then lastly, just keep in mind that with any direct sales companies, they have to pay different levels of distributors. And so as a result, the product tends to be a lot more expensive than something else that you would purchase. And so just because it's more expensive doesn't necessarily mean it's a better quality product. I will say that the products that I use and recommend are MRM products. I've used their products since before my first pregnancy, so for the last 6 or 7 years. It's a good company that I stand behind and trust. So I'm not trying to push that product on any of you guys. You guys make your own educated decision. I'm just sharing with you kind of my experience with direct sales companies selling protein powders. They're not all bad. There are some good ones on the market. Just keep in mind that they're going to be pretty expensive. So I hope that was helpful. If you have specific questions, leave them in the comments below.
Hey you guys, thank you so much for being a part of Dollar Workout Club. We love having you guys as a member, and we love seeing the photos that you've been tagging us in. If you haven't tagged us in some photos yet, here are the hashtag below. So if you try the recipe of the day, or if you want to comment how your fitness workout went today, make sure to leave it in the comment section. You guys, we check those, okay? We check those every day. We love responding to you guys. We're having so much fun with you being a part of the club. Make sure to follow us on all the social media outlets, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.